ready. Okay. Hi, everyone. This is insane. This is actually insane. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a while. I have my friend Lauren here for support. I have my other friend Addie was here. It's a Friday night in New York City, and we're staying home as we do because it's so funny. One of my friends was like, "What are you guys doing tonight?" And I was like, "This, staying home as we should." So this is obviously not coming out on a Friday, but cheers to you all. Okay, so I'm Presley, but I feel like the people that are listening to this will probably know who I am because it'll be my friend's my mother. Shout out, we love her. Um yeah, this is something that I've been wanting to do for a while, and I feel like whenever you have like a thought or something that just continues to like come at you in a way, it's like you have to act on it. And so I was like, well, I'll try it. And if I do it for 5 episodes and then I decide that I hate it and don't want to do it anymore, like at least I tried it and at least I know. I feel like nowadays people are so nervous to like put themselves out there or try to do like something that's really out of their comfort zone or something that scares them because they're scared that's going to be bad. They're scared that no one's going to watch. Like, I already know that no one's going to watch. So it's fine. It's fine. And if I keep looking this way, it's because Lauren's sitting there and I need some moral support. Also, I did not drink that whole bottle by myself. I have friends here. Okay, just saying that. Um, so yeah, I think like the more that like we can do things to get ourselves out of our comfort zone, and if it's bad, it's bad, and if it's good, it's good. But here we are. One of my friends was like, "Do you have notes for what you're going to talk about? Like, what's the first episode?" And I was like, I think I'm just gonna talk and see what happens. So yes, first things first, is episode one. Okay, so let's not, no expectations. We're just here. We're chatting. It's for the girls, for the gays, for the days. Um, I almost said no men allowed, but you know, you know, we get it. So I just got back from a. I guess we're jumping right in. I just got back from a girls' trip to Florida. My friends and I went to Naples. And it was funny on the trip, we were talking about it. Like, I do not have girl groups of friends. I'm much better one on one. I don't like the group text. I don't like the chaos that that brings. Like, I will never, I'm pretty sure that one day, like, even though I'm very single, the bachelorette party will be 3 people. Like, we're not doing girl groups. But this trip, I was like, okay, I trust these two to go on a trip with. We all kind of had the same vibe. And I honestly think we spent what, like max $600 flights, Ubers, even though my Uber from Midtown to LaGuardia was $90, but it's fine. We'll take that up. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, we only spent like $600. We were in Naples. We went to the pool. We went to the beach. We were tanning. We were loving our lives. And on the first night, we go to this rooftop bar, and we're like sitting next to this woman. And she's like, first of all, she's like talking to us and yada, yada, yada. And she was very shocked that we were all single, like had an audible reaction to us saying like, oh no, we're single. And I feel like that's what's missing, like that you would rather have someone be audibly shocked that you're single versus like, oh, she can do so much better, they can do so much better, I can't believe she's with him, I can't believe she puts up with that. Like, then the woman goes into this whole spiel about how her husband is telling her that she needs to lose 8 pounds and is on her about her weight, yada yada yada. Meanwhile, she says that he's fat, and I was like, oh my God, like I don't think I could ever. I was like divorced immediately, but I knew that that wasn't like what I should be telling a stranger because every relationship is different. No one knows what happens behind closed doors. That's advice that I like to take. I try to give my friends all the best advice, but also like your relationship is your own. And I feel like as long as you're super strong in yourself, you'll know what the best decision is for you. So yeah, then on Saturday, we were like, okay, Sunday night is our last night. We have to find somewhere to go to the beach, to go to like a beach dinner restaurant, watch the sunset last night in Naples. Like we kind of just like put that out into the universe, and we just tried to see like what happened. So Saturday night, we went to a bar called the Vine Room, shout out. After that, we went to another bar, which I can't remember the name. We were just like walking around that area, and we walk in, and the hostess is like, oh, you can try and find a seat at the bar. Like if you don't find a seat, we'll get you a table. So we take a lap around the bar. There's no seats for the three of us. As we're walking away back to the hostess stand, a waiter grabs one of us by the arm. He's like, oh, these people are, oh, I thought you were pointing to yourself. I was like, it was Lauren. He was like, oh, these people are leaving. Like, sit here. And it literally was like, we walked by, they stood up, they left, we sat in. It was like perfect timing. So we're sitting there and we're having a drink, and um my friend was sitting across from like four guys, and they were definitely giving like frat t-shirt, backwards hats. Like they weren't gonna, not the type to send a drink over, let's just say that. So she was sitting across from them, and then I was sitting across from these two other guys that I was like, no, I think like there's something here. So all of a sudden, a drink appears in front of us, and it was some version of an espresso martini. Can't remember the name, but it was very good. So hopefully, I can figure that out and get back to you all. Um, and it was from one of the guys, and so we start talking, and like we're trying the drink, and we were like, "Oh, where should we go for dinner tomorrow night?" We want to do like some sort of like beach restaurant, and he was like, "Come to our restaurant," and I was like. I was like, "Oh, you have a restaurant on the beach?" And he was like, "Yes, but it's gonna be really hard for you to get a reservation." And I was like, "Oh, no, no, no. Like, this is what I do. Like, you'll never see me in the kitchen. I make reservations. We get whatever we want. Like, I got this." So I pull up the website, and they only had a 5:15, which like I'm a grandma. I would love to have a dinner at 5:30 and bed at 9, but I was like, it's not the, we want to spend all day at the pool. Like, this is not the vibe. So he was like, "Oh, like I can get you all a reservation. What time?" And I was like, 7 p.m. And he made us a reservation. And the whole day we were like, there's no way that we're going to get in there and they'll have a reservation for us. But he hands me his phone so I can put my contact info in for the reservation. And I see the texts that are like, um, what did it say? It was like, table right on the beach, perfect table, like three girls. And I was like, I love being a girl. And so we went, we had dinner on the beach. They like sent over appetizers. And the first night, the waiter forgot like our tuna tartare, and he like really had it out for us for some reason, just like fully hated that we were there. So then this night, they sent over tuna tartare for free. And I was like, thank you, universe. But we had the best time, like actually the best time. The restaurant is beautiful. It's called the Turtle Club in Naples. Shout out. It was so fun. Dinner, martini, all the things. So then we went out in Naples, and then we caught our flights back to New York City, and now we're back, and I'm doing this on like the longest day of my life, soul cycle, dance class, all the things. So it's probably good that I'm exhausted, but here we are. Now I feel like we should talk about what makes like a good girls trip, because I have heard all of the horror stories. Like truly, I have heard it all. I think one is small group. You do not need to be going anywhere with 20 girls. No. No, 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 no. I think you all need to have the same idea of like what the weekend is going to look like. Like we all kind of just wanted to do chill dinners. We didn't want to spend a lot of money. On the first day we like went to Publix, we went to Target to get groceries. We just wanted to go lay by the pool, lay by the beach, whatever. And then the last night was when we kind of like raged a little bit and turned it up. So I think having like some sort of idea of what you're walking into, like not trying to overplan everything because that gets like very exhausting, but have an idea of what you're walking into. I think like these friends were all very close. We were totally fine to like lay by the pool in silence. Like we didn't need to be yapping away all the time, and we took naps. And I also think like being with people that are, we were staying in a one of our friends like family's homes, so like you should never be bringing like random guys back to the house. You should never be bringing random guests. Like respecting the space, respecting where you are. Like I think that's a big part of it. And I think doing things, especially in a new location, like as the three of you or as the small group of you, is very important. Just making sure that no one's getting, left behind in Florida, because that would be scary. Um, yeah, so that was really fun. Happy to be back this summer. There's a lot of traveling, but we're here, we're busy. Um, there's something else that I wanted to, oh, yes. Okay, now I remember. So I'm so excited that I'm getting distracted, and I can't wait for the 6 people to watch this. That will be watching this, maybe 7. Um, I am turning 26 at the end of July, and something truly like has happened to me in this like past year of 25, where they always say that your frontal lobe develops when you're 25 or by the end of 25, whatever, but I've like actually felt it happening in my brain. And I think it came out of like the idea of not sweating the small stuff. Like I really started to realize that the things that used to bother me when I was 23, like truly do not bother me anymore. Like one day, maybe I'll get into it, but I had like some personal life things happen to me this year, and that used to probably send me like crying in my kitchen. But now I'm like, it'll work itself out. No sweat. I don't care, because you just realize that you don't have like, I don't want to use my brain capacity to care about these things. I want to do other things. I want to hang out with my friends. I want to make money. I want to be motivated. I want to travel. There's like so many other things that you don't need to worry about when it comes to like the things that I was dealing with. I also think something that happened too is like there was someone in my life that I'd known for a while, and like turning 25, it was almost like the like glimmer on this person really started to wear off. And I was just like, what am I like doing? Like I actually don't really like to hang out with you. Like, um, yeah, he won't watch this, I don't think so. Maybe one day we can get more into that. But I was like, I don't like spending time with you at all. And I was just like, I was like, I don't want to be friends with you. And I think that's like such a scary thing of like ending a friendship, like relationships, we can end those easily. I'm a big fan of, we can end those easily. I'm a big fan of picking up the phone and calling, no, like, we should not be sending paragraphs to our situationships. Like, we should be picking up the phone. We're all adults. We should be calling. We should be figuring out what happened, what's going on, etc. We'll get into that drama over there another time. Um, but anyway, so yes, I kind of just wanted to talk about that because I think that that's something that we can all like take, even if you're like not 25, below 25, over 25, of like when like this stuff started happening to me, I was like, oh, I was like, my life needed like a little bit of a mix up. Things are going too well. We needed something to like really throw a wrench in there. And it did. And I'm still trying to figure it out now, but yeah, maybe I'll have an update one day. Okay, I'm literally sweating because it's somewhere in New York City. Um, okay. Well, it's only been like 10 minutes, so what else can I talk about? One of my, I guess this is why my friend said that I should have notes, but one of my friends who's 23, she was like, oh, what advice would you give me? Her frontal lobe has not developed, even though like it has. Like she's a very motivated, like, yeah, she's gonna be fine. But I think like as much as you can adopt the idea of truly to your core, not sweating the small stuff, and always remembering that people are more worried about themselves than they're worried about you. Like, I don't want to say like no one no one cares about you, but it's true. Like, we're not, and if anyone does like have this like weird obsession with you, or like is always, oh, why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? Like, that's fully on them. Like, there's no reason for you to be worrying about what other people think of you, unless you're doing something to like actually cause someone harm or like being mean. But it truly, I don't want to say it changed my life, but it honestly did. I used to be like a very big stressor of like all these tiny little things, that now I'm like, this, like, none of this truly matters at all. And I think what matters the most is like family, friends, career, having fun, making money, putting yourself out there, and not sweating the small stuff. Okay, so I've talking to my producer, fully realized that this is why people have notes. Okay, she reminded me of a few things. Whoa, that we needed to talk about. So something else that like the woman said, that when we were sitting at that bar on the first night in Naples, um, she like looked us dead in the eyes and she was like, "You girls are doing what you should be doing at this age." She was like, "I worked so much. I never traveled. I never like went anywhere with friends. Like, and now I'm trying to catch up on all of those things." And so I think that's like, not to be cheesy, but that's like such a huge part of life. Like we work and, we're very fortunate to, like, I love my job, my friends love their jobs. And so, but we've also like worked hard to make sure that we put ourselves in positions to love our jobs, if that makes sense. Like nothing has just like happened for us. And I think especially in this age of social media, it just seems like people are only that all these good things are just happening to like all of these people. And it's like, no, like no one knows what goes on behind the scenes in anyone's life. Social media makes you think that, but no one truly knows. And so I like really applaud myself and all of my friends that we truly are like creating the lives that we want to live. And we're doing it by ourselves. No man. No, seriously, like all of us are single or some of my friends are married and I love all of their husbands. Shout out. Um, but I think now like there's this like new wave that like women are realizing of like we actually don't need a man for anything at all. Like back in the day, to have them to get a credit card to like buy a house. Like, and so I think that's something that, especially as women, like we all know the feeling of when we're like putting on a show, showing up as that like perfect woman that we think he wants. But you have to remember, like, you're trying to figure out if you like him too. Like you're choosing to let this man into your life, your already established life, career, money, friendships, all the things. So if this person adds to your life and he can be a partner in your life, great. The minute that you start getting insecure, you start stressing, you start checking the Instagram following, you start checking the Instagram comments. Am I speaking from experience? I don't know. Maybe one day we'll get into that. You start thinking, wonder where he is right now. um, that's like the minute that something's up. Anyway, that's a whole nother topic. But going back to the whole frontal lobe thing, one of my friends who's my age, she was saying that I think she brought it up before I did. She was like, I feel like something's happening in my brain. We're both she turns 26 in September, and we're like, something is in the air, something's happening, and we've spent our entire life together. And so it's just really cool to see like these friendships that you pour into and you take the time to like really nourish them and see each other. Like even today, we're all so busy, but we all just like gathered here for a second before my friend went and taught her soul cycle class, and we just like hung out and saw each other. And a lot of my friends don't live in New York, so that means that we need to FaceTime. That means we need to at least like once a month sit down and talk on FaceTime. And granted, like there are those friendships where you can just not see each other for 6 months and pick up where you left off, but I think like living in New York too can be very lonely because there's so many people, but you also don't, you have like your core group and then that's kind of it. And New York's expensive. Like you don't need to be going out with your friends every night. Um, but so I think like really taking advantage of like the FaceTimes of the long distance friends have helped me a lot. And you know, like my friend was asking me like, oh well, what's like some good advice for finding like your girls, finding your friends, like in your gut who's going to be there for you when things are bad. You also know who's going to be there for you when things are good. Like something I did something I did something good. Something good recently happened to me, and like not that I was petty, but I definitely like clocked who texted me and like who didn't. You know what I mean? Like, or who said congratulations and like who saw it and didn't say anything. So I'm like looking at you, but it wasn't you. um, but I think I also like advice that I got that like really helps me too is paying attention to how you feel after you hang out with them. Like when you leave them, do you feel motivated? Do you feel inspired? Do you feel just like good overall. Like we're skipping through a field on a sunny day. And honestly, I've kind of taken that advice into dating as well. Like when I leave that date, like, we're some right now where I'm kind of just like dating to, enjoy a New York summer before things get really busy for me in October. But I was still, even though it's casual, I still want to make sure that I'm spending my time with people that like bring me joy and motivate me and inspire me and are respectful and and kind, and I don't have to worry about carrying out of the restaurant when they get too drunk, speaking from experience. And I Oh, that is, yeah, that'll be a whole nother episode. But yeah, when that happened, I was like, oh, they're letting this man run a company. I could run a company because I am carrying you out of the restaurant. Yes. Okay, anyway. So I think this was like a fun first episode. Like, who knows, like I said at the beginning, if this is something that I decide that I want to do or something that I record, like even if I record 20 episodes, then I'm like, you know what? It's actually not for me. Like it was fun, but I had the idea and I'm glad that I acted on it. I think I was talking to one of my friends and he was telling me about one of his friends that wants to do something, but he's scared that it's going to be bad. And I was just like, it probably is going to be bad. Like I don't want to say this is bad, but I talked for 10 minutes and then I ran out of things to talk about. Like, it's not going to be, we put way too much pressure on ourselves to make it perfect that first time. Like, everything has to be perfect. Like, it has to get good views. Like, no. If you have an idea, something that you've been sitting on for a while, and you're like, I need to do this. And if you have like the means to do it, do it. Like, who cares? Literally, who cares? Who cares? So I think title of this episode, who cares? But I think, yeah, this was a fun first thing to do, even though like, like I said, who knows? Like I'm still very proud of myself for sitting here and doing this. Um, because I said that I wanted to do it and then I did it. And that's like how I live my life. Is I always get shocked when people are like, "Oh, you're here." And I'm like, "Yeah, I said that I was going to be there." You say it, you do it. We're not flaky. So, yes, thank you all so much, the six of you, for listening to this. I really appreciate it. And I would love to try this again. So, I'll probably be back next week. And until then, like, I just encourage you to really like sit back, reflect, take a second on like who is in my life right now, who is serving me, who's not serving me, what small things can I let go of, what needs to be like reevaluated. And yeah, now I'm like thinking about my life. But yeah, so thank you so much for listening, and I hope to see you back next week. Bye.